everybody. I hope you're well. I have a book today. We're going to read about owls. Amazing animals, owls. Look at that picture. Isn't that so cool? Wow, such good details. I really like the books. This Valerie Bowden is the author. She has a lot of really good nonfiction books. That might be an even better shot at that one. Gives you almost the whole body. So cool. Here's an owl in flight. Notice how this one has kind of a different shaped face than this one. It's going to talk about that in just a second. An owl is a bird of prey. There are more than 200 kinds of owls in the world. They're split into two families. Barn owls have a heart-shaped face, and typical owls come in many different shapes and sizes. So the two different types that they're split into are barn owls and typical owls. So when we looked at these first pages, that looks like a typical owl to me because I don't think that's a heart-shaped face, but look at this one. That looks more like a heart-shaped face. So there's barn owls and typical owls. It says birds of prey is a bird that hunts and eats other animals. Barn owls are found in all places around the world. Look at that one. So that looks like a typical owl, doesn't it? Because it does not have a heart-shaped face. Let's see what it says. Owls are covered with brown, gray, reddish, or white feathers. They have large heads with big eyes and hooked beaks. They have long beaks, and sharp toenails called talons, too. Some owls also have large tufts of feathers that look like ears. That's what that one looks like, doesn't it? So those aren't really ears, they're just tufts of feathers that are sticking up. The great horned owl has large ear tufts on its head. So that's what this one is, the great horned owl. Can you see why it would be called a horned owl? Because they sort of look like horns instead of feathers, don't they? One picture here. And then another here. And it says the smallest owls, which I'm assuming it's showing us in this picture. The smallest owls are less than 5.5 inches long, so that's pretty little. Maybe like that. Put my hand in the camera. That's pretty small. The biggest owls can weigh as much as a human baby. They can be 28 inches long. Some owls' wings stretch more than 6 feet across. That's huge. That's like if I put my arms out straight as an adult, that's how far they are. So they're like if I had wings instead of arms, theirs would be as wide as mine. That's really big. This says the eastern screech owl above is smaller than the great gray owl. So that's the eastern screech owl. And this is the great gray owl. And one of them is small and one of them is big. Owls live everywhere on Earth except Antarctica. Some owls live in forests, others live in dry, hot deserts or grasslands. Some owls make nests inside desert plants called cacti. You know about that, right? There's one that would live in the desert. Do you see his home is a cactus? Owls eat small animals such as mice. Some eat birds or insects. Owls swallow their food without chewing it. Later they spit out the feathers, fur, and bones. So it's part of that circle. Looks like this one. I think that's maybe a baby owl with it, do you think? It says owls catch and bring food back to their young. So I guess that's what it is. It's bringing back some food for a baby. Oh, look at these babies. They look so soft, don't they? Female owls lay 2 to 12 eggs. Wow, 12 would be a lot, wouldn't it? Then owlets are born. They're covered with soft feathers called down. Owlets leave their mother after about 5 months. Young owls have to watch out for the larger birds that might eat them, but grown owls have few predators. They can live 20 years in the wild. That's quite a long time for a wild animal. And up here it says owlets lose their down feathers as they get older. So those aren't regular feathers, they're down feathers. They're real soft feathers. Sometimes when you see baby chicks, baby chickens, or even some of the baby peacocks around the neighborhood, you might notice they look fuzzy when they're first born because they have down feathers. They don't have regular feathers. And down here it says owlets are what you call baby owls. Predators are animals that kill and eat other animals. So owls would be predators, wouldn't they? But their babies, would they be predators or prey? Their babies would be prey because bigger animals could get them, so they have to be careful until they get to be grown owls, right? Owls like to sleep when they're not hunting. Most owls sleep during the day and are active at night. They often sit on a tree branch until they see or hear prey. Then they dive down and catch it. So here's an owl sitting in the snow. I bet you know, and maybe it'll tell us on the next page. Do you remember what an owl that's active at night is called? Nocturnal, right? So if it's an animal that's active at night, like raccoons and different things, those are nocturnal animals. Owls make many different kinds of sounds. Some hoot, others chirp, whistle, or sing. They also make sounds by snapping their beaks and clapping their wings. It says owlets might chirp to get their mother's attention. I don't think we've seen that owl before. There's so many kinds to see in the book. Owls can be hard to find in the wild because they sleep during the day, but some people like to search for them. Others set up boxes for owls to nest in, and many people see owls in zoos. It can be fun to see these nighttime birds up close. It says the colors of some owls' feathers help them hide. Wow, look at that. They really blend in with the tree trunk, but we can see here's their heads. Do you see them? Here's their bodies. They're very well camouflaged, which if you're sleeping during the day, that would help you that your predators wouldn't see you, wouldn't it? An owl story. Why do some owls have big ears, big eyes, and ear tufts? American Indians used to tell a story about this. When the Creator made animals, he let them choose how they wanted to look. He told Owl not to watch him make the other animals, but Owl watched anyway. As a result, the Creator pulled on Owl's ear feathers. Owl's eyes got big with fear, so now many owls have large eyes and ear tufts. American Indians, natives, were the first ones to live in North America before the white people came. So that was one of their legends of how the owls got such big eyes and ear tufts. And here's one. You can really see its beak is curved to catch its prey in that. It's kind of looking off to the side, so you're seeing it sideways. See how it's hooked? Which would help with tearing food, right? Because all they can do is hold it in their talons, their feet, and rip it with their beak. Those are their only tools they have for ripping open their meals. So it would really help to have sharp talons and a curved beak to tear things. And that's the end. Here's a few resources if you want to read more, or a few websites. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's always fun to learn about some new animal. This week it was owls. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.